So how is poverty line defined in India? Correct. So here you have to first define what is poverty. Okay, define what is poverty. You can use various definitions that if you have come across in books, you can write that. Usually what is quoted is World Bank's definition of poverty. So poverty is pronounced deprivation in well-being and comprises many dimensions, include low income and inability to acquire basic goods and services necessary for survival with dignity. So that is what is definition of poverty. See, now these definition like poverty and all that, you have to keep it ready. Make a small note of all such kind of definitions. Okay, it will be useful for your essay, it will be useful for writing answers in your general studies ethics paper and all. You will be able to use it. So should at least know at least the keywords. Okay, World Bank has given, like that you should be able to write. So when you write definition of poverty, you will write, okay, poverty is this, and then you will write by World Bank. Okay, so that makes lot of impression. Okay, so then how is poverty line? So then you will write poverty line. Okay, how is it defined? So just a brief about history of poverty line. Okay, so you can start off right from Dadabhai Nauroji and all that, and after independence, Alag Committee, then Lakadwala Committee in 1993, Tendulkar Committee. So mainly we are today, based on our poverty line is based on Tendulkar Committee. You can stick to that and explain that. And also a small note on Rangarajan Committee. So various committees have been set up by the government time to time to identify how to calculate poverty line. Okay, but since poverty is a very multi-dimensional concept, no definition as such can be considered to be the best. Okay, so we can always debate about it, but that's not what is asked in the question. So what is asked is, how is poverty line defined in India? So there is mixed reference period, etc. You just read about it. Okay, so poverty line. Okay, this was the Tendulkar Committee constituted by Planning Commission, etc. So consumption pattern, which was linked with basket of goods, now based on shift from calorific based poverty line to other methods. So mixed reference period is taken, and all that is there in the answer key. You can read about it. Okay. Next is suggest measures to address poverty line. Okay, so measures, you will write measures to address poverty. Okay, and then you will box it. So here, since it's quite a big topic, you can write 10 pages, 20 pages on measures to address. So here they're asking your measures. Is it okay? So please don't write what measures have been taken by the government of India or state government, etc. That can be an example, but here you are mainly asked the measures that you would suggest. So your answer focus should be like that. Content may be the same, but the focus should be a little bit towards, your answer should give an impression that you are suggesting that these things. So the following measures can be taken. So you can say economic measures. What all you would say? Self-employment, skill development, and other things. Then you will write social measures. Okay, social measures is improving the access to public distribution system, give education, improve the healthcare, etc. Then you will talk about the legal measures or constitutional measures like enacting laws. Okay, enacting laws, important laws. Okay, to give rights to the people, to empower the marginalized section, to protect them from this one. Okay, like that, from exploitation, etc. You will write. Okay, so these are the three broad areas where you can focus on. Okay, so economic policy, social policies, legal, how to improve them. Okay, use of technology, you can write technological measures. So use of technology. For example, use of Aadhaar innovatively to better identify target beneficiaries, etc. Okay, use of artificial intelligence. Chuma, I mean, nobody will come and ask you, how did you use it? What are the methods? Tell me, how did you write? Nobody will tell. Simply you write use of artificial intelligence, big data, okay, to better identify the needs of the poor. Array, who will care? If you see the questions, how they are asking, okay, by UPSC, KPSC and all, okay, it is so confusing. So you can also write like this: use of artificial intelligence, big data to better identify the problems and better plan the programs. Array, that you can always use. They are using it. Okay, so those innovative things you should think out of the box and try to write. Okay, then international cooperation, whatever things like that can be implemented. Okay, so main focus is what you have to, what is your suggestions, what is your suggestions, is that okay? Right, so that is what is expected over here. Next, give an overview of rural financial institutions, examine its challenges, and suggest measures to improve it. Again, very simple question it is. Okay, you would have studied in your prelims also rural financial institutions. So, what are the various rural financial institutions? So, broadly, see, when you are asked a question like this, you can start introduction. Okay, you can start an introduction saying that why rural finances is important. Why rural finances is important, or you can give some data. But or you can directly start. You can directly start saying that rural financial institution in India can be divided into formal and informal sector. The formal sectors are classified in the following manner. That itself can be an introduction, because these are direct question. Direct question may you can start off directly. Please remember, don't worry about introduction, conclusion, always demand, depending on the demand of the question, you do it. Okay, so here without introduction you can start your answer. So rural financial institutions can be classified as follows, and then you use flowchart. You will reduce the number of time that is required. So rural financial institution can be classified into formal, okay, and informal. Okay, in bracket you will write local money lenders, mandi wala, okay, whatever, traders, etc. Then you will write formal. This is where our focus will lie, right? So formal may you will write the following. So formal may you will write the apex body, like this you will write apex body, and then you will write the implementing agencies. Matlab, I'm just saying, otherwise directly also you can write who are the implementing agencies, or the financial agency. So you have your commercial banks, then you have your rural banks, regional rural banks, then you have your cooperative banks, right? Then in commercial banks you have your regular scheduled banks, then you have your small finance banks. Now that is also there, no? Small finance bank, regional, rural, cooperative. You have two types, right? Short term, long term. In that you will write the different different hierarchy, right, of the cooperative. So short term may you have your district cooperatives, you have your primary agricultural cooperatives, and all that. Okay, so that's how you will finish off, right? Then the next topic is challenges. So you will write challenges. Okay, always headings in capital, and you will box it. Okay, so challenges, what are the various challenges? Lot of them are there. Okay, you can just have, see, in the answer key I have explained a little bit about all these things, but here the question demand is not that. So here just an overview. By giving this flow chart you have given an overview. Okay, by giving this flow chart you have given the overview, so you don't have to explain each of them. What is RRB, what is cooperative bank in detail, you don't have to explain. Okay, so now what are the rural financial issues? So insufficiency of fund. Okay, then lot of paperwork, lack of records. Okay, especially by the most marginalized sections of the rural community, they don't have land records, etc., on the basis of which loans can be got. Red tapeism, corruption. They don't take care of short-term loans like consumer loans, etc., are not given. So therefore, for those things, they are still dependent on this one, money lenders. Implementation issues, flexibility is not there. So they cannot repay in kind. Okay, they cannot repay in kind. For example, a tribal or a farmer, poor farmer, he would want to pay back his loans in kind. That option is not there with the banking system, etc. Whereas money lender will say, no problem, you give me 50% of your crops. So that will be like, that kind of flexibility is not there. Regional imbalance, some they are located in only few better off states. In the worse off states, they are still not very effective. Then institutional problems, like you have seen cooperative banks, right? Cooperative banks, they are biased towards rich farmers. Okay, loan waivers and NPAs. These are all problems, challenges with respect to your rural financial institutions. So, what are the suggestions that you would mention to improve them? You can always write that improving the cooperative society, procedural simplification, okay, broadening the what do you say, the kind of products that are available, use of innovative method like bank correspondence, use of technology like Kisan credit cards, make it more accessible, use of microfinancial institutions or self-help groups for better implementing these schemes and all that. Some of the schemes of NABARD you can mention, subsidy schemes and other things which are being implemented should be implemented more effectively. Like that you can write. So what are the measures to improve the functioning of financial institutions? Okay, so say institutional reforms, okay, use of technology, things like that can be added. Is that okay, guys? So this is about the overview of financial institution challenges and suggestions. Okay.